Mama! Rebecca! Oh, honey! Oh, let me get a look at you. This could take several hours. Oh, darling, I have missed you so much. Oh, I missed you too, Mama.
Come on, maybe we should leave them alone.
The business. I don't know what I'm going to do. 22 years of sweat and blood, and suddenly it's all flushed down the toilet like a snotty ball of Kleenex.
You could always write poetry for a living. I'm sorry. I know how devastated you must be. I have one question.
Table Mabel Hill, blow my head off.
Rose, you've got to do something. This is crippling you.
Just save whatever pieces you find, Sophia. I can glue it back together. You bet. Whatever I find, I love that vase.
Dorothy, isn't there anything I can say that'll make you change your mind and come with me?
I'm afraid not.
Look at the brochure again.
Oh, honestly, Raymond, if I went to the Bahamas with you, I would spend the entire...
Doesn't seem. But I thought that a little physical activity would help me snap this setback. I was wrong. You were right. I should just rest. Could you help me get back into bed?
Stanley, how could you fake a relapse? I mean, do I deserve this? Stan, I took care of you because I thought you needed me. I defended you to my...
Like you don't shovel it in by the pound every chance you get.
Ma!
Girls, I really don't feel very good. I gave this a shot, but I can't make it.
No, Rose, yes you can.
No, I can't.
Rose!
I can't, Dorothy. It's too hard.
Moving along to item number 17. A leather jacket recently worn in concert by one of the world's leading musical talents.
Get ready, this is it.
I have a really dumb question. And I have a box of chiclets. What's your point?
How high do we bid?
Hi.
Well, we've been married for 18 years. And up until then, everything had seemed so perfect. And then one night it happened. He came home, had dinner, walked upstairs, and went to sleep. I went into the bathroom and cried my eyes out.
Oh, well, I've done a little matchmaking.
Blanche, not again.
Yes, again. Now, you are 45 years old. You've been single almost 2 years. Well, both Dorothy and I know how much fun the single life is. Many's the night Dorothy has sat here alone in this room watching me go out on dates.
Come tell me, have you had a chance to see much of the city?
No, not really.
Well, perhaps I could show you some of the highlights sometime.
But that sounds great. I'd love it.
I'd love to go, too. Except I have to wash my hair. Every day. For the... Well, mercy me. Looks like my little magnolia just turned into a big hoe. Oh, Sophia, now you've done enough. Girls, we're doing the dishes. You just sit.
Fine with me. I'm exhausted. I've been cooking for 2 days.
I offered to help you, Sophia, but you said no.
You're Scandinavian. What do you know? 1,000 ways to make herring?
Well, not 1,000, but a lot. And I'm famous for my Lindstrom supply. What would you eat?
Dorothy, you're not moving. It reminds me of our wedding night.
I don't want to dance with you.
Dorothy, please, this is really important. Today, Ted called the airline and booked 2 seats for Acapulco. What does that mean to you?
That he doesn't have a truck.
What's the most romantic thing a man ever did for you, Dorothy?
Oh, well, the
most romantic thing was when Stan proposed. He took me to a very expensive...
52, Hatcher, Mississippi. The town 4th of July picnic.
Working with you.
Me too, and you know why? Because we're not just partners, we're friends. We're good friends.
I feel like I could say anything to you.
Well, of course you can, Sugar Plum.
Even criticize your artwork.
Well, of course. The whole point of collaborating is to get beyond our egos and come up with something we both like. What do you think?
Well, this could use a few minor changes. Bench.
I think it would be best if she stayed at home. Unless you know something that I don't.
You're disgusting.
Oh, Barry, hi. What are you doing here?
I was just bringing back your earrings.
Oh,
Well, I've got to run.
thank you.
See you Saturday.
Look, I'm not going out with him. You go, Blanche. What? Well, you like him. I know you do, so you go. What? I couldn't.
Of course she couldn't.
You stay out of this, Dorothy. Well, early 20s. I was taking some classes at Miss MacGyver's finishing school. And one night, Bobby Joe Springer had escorted me back to my dormitory after the annual Fine Manners Ball, when an innocent goodnight kiss developed into an evening of passion. But at 3 a.m., the door flung open, and there stood Miss MacGyver, making one of the...
Oh, I'm just sitting here kicking myself for not taking care of my gallbladder. And for going to that hospital for the operation, and for letting them give me blood without asking first, oh, excuse me, are you sure this isn't going to kill me one day?
Now, Rose, take it easy.
Why does everyone keep saying that? I don't feel...
We're in the charm of a Cary Grant.
I'm not surprised. The woman drinks grain alcohol out of a measuring cup.
Here's the tea.
This is just hot water.
That's Schultz, Al Capone.
Rocco, are you saying that you were in the mob?
I ran Detroit.
The marathon. He ran the Detroit Marathon. Come on, we're in the middle of a hand. 4 of a kind. Beat that.
Straight flush. Pay me, honey.
Sausage and peppers, pasta pesto, and ziti with oil and garlic.
Ooh, what's this?
Garbage, roast cooked it.
This kitchen smells terrific. My chipped beef must be done. Oh, Sophia, would you like a little scoop on some lightly toasted white bread?
Who do I look like, Beetle Bailey? My Dorothy didn't date teachers in high school. She dated losers like Stan, who knocked her up and ruined her life forever.
It would be like a day without orange juice, wouldn't it?
Girls, guess what? They gave me another job at the television station. The old...
Sophia, we're playing hearts.
I know, I felt like drinking some. If I'm gonna get through a boring Saturday night with you two, I'll need a buzz.
Why are you so cranky?
I had plans with Mildred tonight. She waited until the last minute to call and cancel it. I asked for Lillian, you bring me Eubie Blake's parents. What's wrong?
But they were the only other people back there. There is no way Lillian is in this ward.
Hi, Sophia. What are you doing here? Oh, Lillian, thank God I found you. I'm taking you away from here.
You are? Well, how are we going to...
We can't go through an entire dinner holding these hearts in front of us.
Dorothy's right. How will we cut our meat?
Look, either we do this or we don't do it. Now, what's it gonna be?
We go at the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2...
It was just a fluke, or do you think we could learn to like each other?
Well, I think it might take time, but I think it could be worth it.
Let's give it a shot.
Great!
I'm gay.
Okay. Wait a minute.
They'll stop. Even surgical stockings only have so much elastic.
Hello.
I thought you two would be asleep by now.
Girl, I think I have a good reason to be worried this time. Lily, I think you're trying to do too much by yourself.
I've never been one to depend on other people, Rose. You know that.
But this is different. You're not trying out for the track team at high school. You're trying to learn to cope with...
The book is missing. If you had a car phone, this would all come together.
Dorothy's born like you might show a little compassion.
Catch me on a day when the story's about me.
What's with Rose?
Oh, Rose thinks her car's been stolen.
No, it hasn't. It's parked right outside.
I can't believe it. This is for me. They're standing for me. My good friends. Oh, God. I wonder what they're thinking.
My baby's getting married. This is too much.
You know, there's something rotten in the state of Denmark.
It's their cheese. They refuse to use preservatives.
I mean, between Dorothy and Eddie, there is something peculiar in that relationship.
You're right. And I'm gonna find...
What?
Well, my wife never remarried after the divorce, and I never stopped loving her, Rose.
I see.
Now, Rose, I have to give this a shot. I really think I can make things work.
Oh, I hope you can, Ernie.
I know this is sudden, but it's something I really need to try.
Well, I understand. Really enough.
Talk about you. We didn't have to go out on a date to do that.
You think I'm boring?
No, sweetheart, I think you're fantastic. With a guy like me, a little fantastic goes a long way. I mean, look what we got now. Every couple of weeks you call me when one of your boyfriends don't show up. I tell you...
Scum gathers on your elbow joint. I'm sorry, I skipped page 62.
Listen, Rose, this is not working. We've been here a whole week and nothing has gone right. I'm ready to throw in the wrench and start using the Texaco station down the street.
Dorothy, please, don't.
Dorothy, is Blanche around?
No, she hasn't come in yet.
Good. Then we can talk about the banquet. How's everything going?
Just fine. She doesn't suspect a thing.
I can't wait to see her face when she finds out the banquet is to honor her for all the good work she's done around here.
I can't either.
Well, I'm going to finish the speech I'm writing for Blanche.
Minute. Why do you always come into a room and say, girls, girls? Do you see Molly Ringwald sitting here?
Well, you're awfully cranky today.
Well, forgive me. My arthritis is bothering me. My Social Security check was late. And I realized today I haven't showered with a man in 22 years.
Mom. Better get you some outfits.
Oh, it's okay. We brought our sweats.
Sweats? Look, ladies, if you're serious about training, you want to get off on the right foot, starting with good workout shoes. Now, these are beautiful and a bargain at $85.
$85? That's a bit exorbitant.
And expensive, too. Pigpen had just turned 80, and the town bylaws made him leave his job teaching driver's training at the high school.
On at 80, it was about time.
Well, it had nothing to do with his age. There was an old law on the books about driving with your shirt off.
I once got arrested for that in Chattanooga. I will give you anything.
Blanche, we have to tell Rose the truth.
I'll give you one of my sons. I have given this a lot of thought, Dorothy. I have had 4 kids. I have never had a Mercedes. What do you say? Which one do you want? Biff, Doug, Skippy? No, don't take Skippy. He's got asthma.
When the answer is always no. Oh, wait a minute. I made a mistake. There are flowers for you today.
Really? Which one?
All of them. And the balloons, too. There's no one here to deliver them right now, so you leave your walker here and...
What am I wearing? Well, to be perfectly honest, a nun's outfit. Oh, that sounds good to me. Uh-huh. I'll be over there just as soon as the storm lets up. Oh.
See you, slugger.
Oh, darling. Run.
To the jockey's lounge, but you don't want to date a jockey. The sex is over too fast, and afterwards, the only nice thing they have to say to you is, good girl, good girl. Sophia, I've decided to...
Elmer Fudd was chasing Bugs, and he stuck his gun down a hole in the ground that Bugs had painted.
Excuse me, Rose Blanche. Could I see the rule book? Thank you.
What say we call it a night?
They like it too. That's because you bring the stick to them.
I know they get so excited when I fetch. Well, you like having them over too, don't you, Sophia?
Yeah, I like them.
That's because it temporarily shifts the blame if we find a puddle on the floor.
This is the most underhanded, sneaky, practical joke anyone has ever made, and I have just one thing to say. Boy, have I missed you.
Oh, Trudy, I've missed you too.
Oh, wait just a minute. You find out just how.
Blanche! Now look here, Eddie. Now you listen to me. Dorothy has decided she wants nothing more to do with you. I can't understand why, because I think you have about the cutest ears I've ever seen on a man in my entire life. They make you kind of look like...
Operate at a profit. Our patients' Social Security and Medicare pay most of our bills. Government subsidies pick up the slack so we can meet minimum standards.
Well, then maybe minimum standards aren't enough.
Right again. And this year the government's made cutbacks. We're operating in the red and doing the best we can.
Are you telling me...
But that's a separate story.
I wouldn't mind hearing it.
Oh, Rose, shut up. Now, everybody stay where you are and go to sleep. I have to go to work early in the morning.
Oh, darn, I forgot something.
Go in your...
You think you know everything about the opposite sex?
Let the record speak for itself. I have had 143 relationships.
And no convictions.
So when I told Anderbo, she blamed the whole thing on me. And then Clyde would never speak to me again for telling. I lost Anderbo. Now you understand why I can't tell Dorothy?
I don't even understand who Anderbobo is. All I know is that Dorothy should find...
Have you seen my mother?
She mentioned something about having a headache. I think she's in her room.
Hanging herself. Oh, hi, everybody.
Oh, how you feeling?
Oh, much better. Say, how about going out to dinner, have some fun?
Mama, can we talk for a minute?
I'll make the reservations. Where would you like to eat?
I want you to be part of...
Your tax return is your problem.
Not exactly. You see, they've decided to go over the tax returns for the last few years, and a few years ago, we were still married. Babe, I'm afraid we're being audited.
What?
He said, babe, I'm afraid...
I heard him, Rose.
Just relax, Dorothy. Sometimes they just randomly... Oh, what? Do I owe you gas money? Let me get my purse.
No, please let me explain the way I acted last night. My wife died 2 years ago. I really haven't dated since then. I wanted to get back into the swing of things, so I read up on what modern women want, you know, equality.
For a gift. This is the receipt for the diamond ring that you gave me on our 38th wedding anniversary.
I know.
You spent $2,500 on me?
You sure you're not going to say I told you so? You're a good person, Dorothy. You want some?
Wonderful. Half a pound of cholesterol.
Are you sure you don't want to go take a ride and look at our swamp?
I'm so sorry. She should not have done that.
Well, I have to go talk to David. I feel just awful about this.
This is like the long day's journey into light.
Night, Rose.
Night, Dorothy.
Well, think about it.
I will. I mean, this is something to think about.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, God, this is going to be awful.
I'm looking forward to this. I mean, you meet the mother, it gives you a pretty good idea what the daughter's going to look like in 30 years.
Only if you lock me in the dryer.
Don't mind it, but it is none of my business. Besides, she's only known him a short time. I'm sure she'll come to her senses before very long.
Oh, Ma, you don't have to help with the dishes.
I had her come in here. I couldn't listen to that anymore.
You mean Jeremy's rude remarks?
I mean Rebecca talking about marrying that jerk.
He's a leper. I'm the only one who'll touch him.
Good morning,
I can't wear this. Do you have any idea the kind of teasing that goes on in a locker room?
Yes. Now look, you have to discover the sensuality of baseball. There are just many, many, many similarities between baseball and making love. The mental preparation.
Well, I think that completes the puzzle.
Wait a second. Why are you asking me questions about our family? Uh-oh. I'm gonna die. You talk to my doctor.
Hello? What? Oh, my God. It's Ma. She's at the airport. They caught her trying to buy a ticket out of the country.
Well, I will tell you one thing. You are paying for this dress.
I am not paying for the dress. I will pay for the dry cleaning, and that's all. I told you before, you can't return something after it's been worn.
I certainly can't now after your little spasm.
Rose, it's the middle of September. What are you doing?
Oh, it's a banner Charlie made. I thought it'd be nice to have some good memories of him around me. He put it up every year. He was one of a kind, all right. Loved Christmas.
Loved Christmas.
The sub.
I love that name. I earned that name.
Boy, you really got on my case. I appreciate what you did, Mrs. Zabornik.
Oh, please. Tilla.
You know, I just had paying attention.
Oh, we sure were. Especially Dorothy. She even talked about taking up sculpting.
Really, Doc?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said you'd like to help him mold his clay or buff his marble anytime.
Rose, you're such a kidder.
To revenge.
Oh, look at this one. Scrunched up little frown. Kind of reminds me of my mother.
Hi, girls. How do I look?
Where are you going, all dolled up?
Al and I are taking a picnic to hear the Philharmonic in the park.
Oh, I didn't know Al was a music lover.
Oh, he isn't. He just likes to see what picnic meats are popular this season.
So, that's a typical date with Blanche. I mean, after you cut out all the dirty parts.
You know what the joke going around the teacher's lounge was today, Ma?
Tell us. Is it about Ernie?
He's lousy in bed. I knew it. I knew there was something wrong with him.
No, he's not lousy. Well, I don't think he is.
Well, either he is or he isn't.
Well, I'm sure he's not. Of course, I have no proof that he's not, but still he's not. Hello? Anybody home? Welcome wagon, come and get it.
Hello, Rose.
Mr. Hubbard, I didn't expect...
Grace took a turn for the worse, and, well, she's out of pain now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
As well as I get along with those kids, they need you. They're growing up without you, Richard, and it's hurting them. And right now, the most important thing should be the children. Not getting married. And not Gresham on the coast. And not trying to squeeze in a week for a honeymoon. Oh. Well, that about concludes the first meeting of the Hunka Hunka Burnin' Love Fan Club. But before we adjourn, our secretary has a real special surprise. A genuine Elvis artifact.
If no one minds. I wrote some things down, but I'd just rather talk. The funeral was for my Aunt Gretchen. I didn't know her very well. The only thing I remembered about her is she used to scare me. Jumping out of my closet at night, putting false facts.
It's a small world after all.
Of all the saloons and gin joints in the world, she had to walk into mine.
Ma, I've been looking everywhere for you. We really need to talk. Never know, because of you. You took away my choices. How can I ever forgive you for that?
$600, you get a siren that your neighbors ignore. But with our deluxe system, an armed guard is here within 5 minutes.
I want something that electrocutes an intruder.
How much more is the deluxe system?
Ladies, we're talking about the difference between being here in the morning or being steak tartare.
One of rum rays and throw up and fall asleep in your kimono.
See, Dorothy, nobody knows me like you.
Look, I really have plans.
I made dinner reservations at Monty's. You know how Monty's always cheers me up? We could take a walk on the beach, maybe go dancing at the Breakers, if there's no cover charge.
I really can't.
Dorothy, please.
You miserable old...
Blanche, you know the rules. When one of you is out with Fidel, the other one does not interfere.
My apologies. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go take a long, hot, steamy bath with just enough water.
Well, I can't worry about that now.
Well, sure you can, honey. I'll help you. Food, clothing, shelter.
Oh, come on. It's not that serious.
Yes, it could be. Rose, you and I are in the same boat. If we miss a couple of paychecks, we are in big trouble.
Thank God I had the foresight to marry money.
Tramp.
If I'd made the other choice, I would have been Prime Minister of Israel instead of my good friend Golda Meir.
Ma, you never met Golda Meir.
Please, I almost married...
I'm a good speller, and I'm very prompt, and, well, actually, there's no law that says it has to be 3.
Actually, I just thought of a third one. I can snap a friend's neck like a twig.
Dorothy, help me out here. Dorothy?
I'm thinking.
Look, if I have hurt somebody, I am sorry. But you should know I've hurt myself worse. Sophia, I did the best I could.
I suppose you did.
Can't you find it?
That one, won't you?
Oh, that's wonderful, honey. That's just wonderful.
You know what the best part is? I get to stay here. That's what worried me the most. I mean, I don't think I ever really doubted that somehow I'd wind up on my feet, but what worried me and scared me was that I'd have to leave my friends and my family.
Honey, try to pretend you don't notice his hands caressing your calf as he tries to keep his mind on shoes, but all the time he's thinking, dare I peek? Dare I look more? Dare I look where no eyes have looked before?
With that tramp if he didn't sleep with her.
Now, come on. Blanche may be a little loose, but she's not a tramp.
Okay, here they are, the names of all the men I have dated since my husband died.
What do you know? The tramp keeps records.
Dorothy, most of the men in these pages just fantasized.
Decide I'm going to give him a taste of his own medicine.
Do I look like Maury Heseltine?
A little around the eyebrows. But that's not the point. I've got to make sure I have the perfect gag before I spring it on him. Oh, I'm sorry, pussycat. No hard feelings?
No, okay, Ma, no hard feelings.
Are you up for a night on the town with two handsome, eligible bachelors?
Oh, thanks for asking, but I don't think so. I'm not that interested in dating anymore.
Now, you know that's not true, honey, or you'd let your hair go natural.
You know what my problem really is? I'm spoiled. I had a long and wonderful marriage with the perfect...
I mean, I hardly know him.
I suppose, but it feels like I've known him for ages, and that he's known me. Oh, I found the most wonderful man in the world, and I owe it all to the two of you.
Beautiful eulogies. And then, just as the minister was getting everybody in a frenzy of grieving, I rushed out and said, "Yoo-hoo, it's me, Blanche. I'm not really dead." Well, the next thing I knew, my daddy was horsewhipping that riverboat captain and dragging me off to a religious girls' school in Atlanta.
And that I'll just take my laundry and go home.
Come on, it's not too late to go out. I mean, you kept me waiting for hours.
No, I'm sorry, baby. I'm tired.
But I'm all dressed up and I'm wearing your favorite perfume.
Hey, I said it was too late to go out. I guess you think I come over here to get nagged?
And to get your laundry, don't stop at the animal shelter. Come on in, guys. Come on, Came to town dressed as sandwiches. Charlie and I forgot to put cheese between us, and before I knew it, there was Kirsten.
Look, Blanche, what Rebecca is doing is really not so terrible.
Almost.
Where you going, Ma?
To order that cherry red tricycle with the grocery bag sidecar. Don't laugh. You ride one of those things past the shuffleboard court, you got old guys coming out of your hair.
10,000.
Yeah. Figured after 38 years, you deserve something major. Listen, I know we've had our differences, but you've always stuck by me when it really counted. I'll always love you for that, Dorothy.
Oh, thank you, Stanley. Stanley, what are all these deductions for a court?
Sorry for the interruptions, but I think every 80-year-old in the city has gone berserk.
Hey, what can you say? There were some sick people out there. By the way, will my monkey be okay on my lap, or should I get a chair?
I have a place for your monkeys. Life, and Ken, could you give up the circus for me? Could you give up the laughter, the smiles on those children's faces?
You know something, Dorothy? I don't think I could. Could I give up the fat lady for you? No. Could I give up the elephants for you? No. The chimps?
You're waiting to happen.
How can you say that? All these girls are adorable.
Oh, yeah, sure. I just wish I had that one's nose full of nickels.
She's on in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Grandma, I don't think I can sing in front of all those people out there.
Do that, Rose. Why do you make up stories? It wouldn't feel right to live anymore, you know? If a kid dies, it wouldn't feel fair to live.
Sophia, Dorothy's not dying.
How do you know, Rose?
I know.
Oh, now, honey, she's right. I know, too, and I'm a writer. Fidel Santiago!
My papers are in order. Oh, hello, Blanche.
What in hell is going on here?
Blanche,
How can you be so deceitful? What is it? Is she younger, more attractive, more desirable?
You got 2 out of 3, Blanche.
But he did, and the next day they were married, and they went on to live happily together for 25 years.
And what in hell does any of this have to do with my father?
Well, the point is nobody knows why two people fall in love, and it's really nobody's business.
Well, he's my father, so that makes it my business. I am going over there right now. Damn, you're good.
Happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Welcome to Mr. Ha-Ha's Hot Dog Hacienda.
Oh, isn't this fun?
Come on, Big Daddy. Sit down here on the sofa betwixt us.
Betwixt?
See, that's another word you don't know. You probably don't even know the thrice of them are sitting on the couch together.
Big Daddy, what's this surprise now? Tell me before I burst.
Heart attack.
Keep her company. I'm gonna help Dorothy.
Sophia, you know, I always thought there'd be a Catholic heaven with nuns and priests and churches at the rally.
Oh, no, Rose.
Oh, yeah, Doc? Oh, do. Oh, get out of yourself. It's for a noble cause. Or are you so self-centered that you'd rather wallow in self-pity?
You're right. I'll do it.
Oh, good. Rose, Dorothy's taking my place.
How much more?
A bit more.
How much?
Exactly?
Yes.
$10,000.
I'd rather be murdered.
I want a great big wall safe.
You don't need one anymore. You got no jewelry.
Well, I'll get it back. I went to the police today with some sketches I made.
How could you make... You're not telling us?
Oh, all right. You twisted my arm. Girls, Laszlo's asked me to pose for one of his sculptures.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. Look here. He gave me the key to his building. Oh. I have my first session with him tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Yeah, well, he says he's always wanted to do a piece on the mature woman, and he thinks I'm just perfect.
It's remarkable to watch him make a veal and pepper hero.
Ma, you are trying to muscle in on a guy named Johnny No Thumbs? Are you crazy? He's probably connected with the mob.
Relax. If they were his friends, he'd still have his thumbs.
He's a very sweet man. Although the first time he waved hello, Sophia missed...
$5. $100.
Stanley, what are you doing here?
I'm buying a date with the woman I love.
Oh, geez, not in front of people.
110.
What the hell is he doing? Didn't you give him a limit?
You had a Belgian waffle stand?
Well, actually, they were English muffins that I carved little ridges in. But people bought them anyway. I was cute then, so I could get away with it.
Don't worry, you get cute again when you hit 80. How do you think I'm gonna peddle this slop?
How was your date? Candles. Okay, a wish. I guess that was kind of a silly wish. I know you can't really be here with me, Charlie.
What?
You care for me? You care for a cat or a dog or a goat? When I tell you I love you and you tell me you care for me?
Oh, please, Sophia. I care for you a lot.
I'm going home and don't bother driving me.
Oh, look, so...
Blanche, would it be all right if I borrowed my beaded purse?
Yeah, sure. Dorothy, what are we going to do?
Well, we certainly can't let Rose go out with a guy who said yes to a date with a woman who just picked his name out of a phone book.
You say that like nobody ever does it.
Come over quick. Sophia is not here.
I didn't mean it that way.
Are you telling me I shaved my shoulders for nothing?
Oh, for heaven's sake, go on.
No, Dave, I better do this by myself. You might get hurt.
3, 4.
I'd like to check on my husband, Mr. Karp. Prostate surgery?
Nothing yet, but he'll be fine. I went through it myself 20 years ago.
You had prostate surgery?
What, do I look like a cross-dresser? My husband had the surgery. I was the one who went through it. I was at the Pizza Hut.
Well, there must be something wrong with Rose's date. There has to be. I bet he's an airhead, or a mutant, or an insurance salesman. Now, that's it. Well, Rose, you and your geek have fun.
You said she wouldn't take it well, Dorothy. Once she gave out donuts and coffee to the doughboys before they boarded the trains for Europe. It works, truly. She said no one can be scared when they hear that song. Except maybe the Kaiser.
I don't need a song. I just want to be young and beautiful and healthy again.
Blanche, that's what we...
No, it's because of your warmth and understanding that I got through this. I never thought I'd find happiness ever again.
Some marriages don't work out, but some do.
You're right, Rose. And that's why I think that I can still patch things up with her.
I sense you're not either. I guess the problem is to make that human connection, you know, with the...
Gloria, does your luggage have to sit in the middle of the room?
No. It could also roll over and play dead. Something bothering you?
Of course not. What makes you say that?
Do you want to talk about it?
No. Yes. You come here with your limo.
Watching while two naked men wrestle to see who gets to make love to me.
It's the end of the world.
Only for the loser.
Okay, Rose, what is this all about?
You know that Sunshine Cadet troop I've been helping out with? This was done by one of the girls. She calls it...
I will never forgive that airline as long as I live.
I cannot believe they lost all our luggage. Now I have to go an entire weekend without underwear.
Yeah, and you usually slip into a pair by Sunday afternoon.
Miami, Florida, this is Jeopardy! Let's bring out today's contestants. First, we have a substitute high school teacher, Dorothy Spornak. Next, cruise ship purser, Charlie Deese.
Welcome aboard.
And for all you babes who didn't think I had a mind,
Rose, whatever it is you're thinking, it isn't true.
Good, then George Bush isn't married to his mother.
Boy, that was easier than I thought.
This knot has been tamped. Mabel, he'll blow my head off.
Rose, you've got to do something. This is crippling you.
Just save whatever pieces you find, Sophia. I can glue it back together.
You bet. Whatever I find, I love that vase.
Either, I have a right.
One sperm with a sense of direction, and I'm paying for it for the rest of my life. Come on.
Dorothy, I really want
Please, Dennis, I just want you to listen.
Wisdom from the Human Torch.
Listen. Rose, if he really means that much to you, and he feels the same way, things will happen naturally.
Yeah, but if you don't want to wait, there are other avenues you can take. So Donald Trump.
I have a feeling the three of us are going to be together for a long time.
And do you, Max, take Sophia to be a lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Then if no Elvis in this room has any objection to this union, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
This was for you, but it's so cute. Now it's for me. This is for you.
Edible panties. Oh, what a lovely sentiment. Thank you.
You really like them?
Oh, like them. I love them. In fact, I may have the waistband with a...
I have a question. Does Johnny Cash ever wear plaid?
It's not her fault. She's from Minnesota. We'll be in touch.
Oh, girls, we have interviewed dozens of people. We haven't met one likely candidate.
Well, maybe our standards are too high.
Just what are you trying to imply?
Slut trash?
Now, girls, settle down before you say something you'll both regret.
You know what her problem is?
Hi, Mel.
You run on home, and I'll be over as soon as I check on Rose.
Bushman awaits.
I didn't get it. What? I didn't get the job.
Oh, Rose, your little dog show not go well.
How could the stand have burned to the ground?
I don't know.
We were so careful.
I have a confession to make. The reason I sent you two ahead and said I'd lock up is because I wanted a cigarette. And I guess I didn't put it out.
Oh, well, I wouldn't take you home.
I've always found that to be true.
Right now, I feel like the little kid at the orphanage.
Okay, Rose, I'm going to tell you a little story about a young girl in high school.
And then one night at the country club, possibly during little Mei Ling's coming out party. Dorothy's having the time of her life when she goes to the powder room and she overhears the towel lady telling Mrs. Steinbeck that Dorothy's husband...
Water.
What is she going to do with water? Has water ever made you feel better when you were upset? Have you ever heard anyone say, "Thank God the water's here"? Call me when dinner is ready.
They don't allow cats, and I'm not about to part with Mr. Peepers.
Oh, I guess you two have been through a lot together, huh?
Yes. I found him last week. But I wouldn't feel right having a home if he didn't. We've become very attached to you.
You know, I think that shows great strength of character. I like you, and I like cats. I also happen to have a room.
Could I ask you, please, for complete silence? Never mind, I thought I heard a radio going next door. I'm trying to catch a baseball score.
Will you please get on with the examination?
Okay. Open your mouth and say, ah. Yep, she's paralyzed. That's it.
Cool. You're sick? You're pregnant.
I quit.
Thank God.
Would you be mad?
Oh, I am mad. I'm also glad you're not pregnant.
Honey, why did you quit?
Well, I went there to be with my boyfriend, but when I got there, I found he was practically living with somebody else. He'd replaced me.
With what?
It's silly, but, I'm in a youthful environment. I want to feel youthful.
Well, if it's important to you, I'll support you. But why didn't you tell me about it earlier?
Well, for the same reason that those formulas that dye hair do it gradually. I mean, it's the kind of thing you want people to notice, but not to be able to pinpoint.
I didn't know
that that's what the fight was about.
My father offered a dowry, and Charlie wouldn't take it.
Oh, maybe that's because he knew eventually those beans had stopped jumping.
Or maybe he just loved me. Beans. I'll have you know it was the...
Look, Dorothy, can I ask you a personal question?
Yes?
You're divorced?
Yes.
How's your social life? Do you see men?
What in the world does seeing men have to do with anything?
Oh, Dorothy, we know for a fact that if people are not happy, and lonely people aren't, but they get all kinds of symptoms.
All over between us, Chrissy. This is a woman I love. Seeing Dorothy again made me realize how superficial my relationship with you really was. Sure, the sex was great. Terrific, actually. But it's okay with Dorothy, too.
That's enough, Blanche. I spent a lot of time at that grief center, and I know what I'm talking about. Sophia, is that $47 the only thing that's bothering you? It's a big part of it.
What else? The dress thing.
You jewelry.
Good night. Good buddy.
No, Rose, it's more than just a friendship ring. It's just that I want my ring on my girl.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Thank you for a lovely afternoon, Gary. I hope I see you again real soon.
You can count on it.
Bye, Gary. Well, you and Gary certainly seem to have hit it off.
Well, why shouldn't we? The man's perfect. He only owns the most successful chain of funeral homes in Greater Miami.
Right? How do you feel? Like a fool. Like a damn fool.
And I bet you liked showing it to him.
Well, we have a place. Now all we need is a caterer.
I have one dropping by this afternoon.
Blanche, did you hire the band?
Rose is supposed to do that.
Well, I warn you, we may end up with a Hans Geflugenhaben yodeling quartet.
That's not true, people. Isn't that right, Rose?
No, it was because in the drought of '49 their house melted and kept the town from dehydrating.
Listen, Ma, I have an idea. Why don't you come and play golf with Raymond and me?
I would love to, but I don't own any ugly
Nervous, so I just spit it right out. Carl, I'm dumping you for Coach Wilkins. Afterwards, I felt much better. You just go ahead and tell me. Go ahead.
Okay. George Devereaux, your husband.
Remember him. All he said on the phone was that he had a great time with me the night before he left.
Oh, then it's got to be anybody. There's your unknown soldier now.
Oh, Dorothy, would you please get the door and find out his name?
Blanche, what are you so worried about? The minute you see him, you'll remember.
Rose, he's gonna be...
For a minute, I thought I was back in Sicily.
Sophia, I'm sure Blanche wouldn't mind if you used her bathroom.
I hate that bathroom. There's plants everywhere and flowers on the toilet seat cover. I feel like I'm going in the woods.
Gee, I hope that's our new toilet.
Now, that's a sentence you don't hear every...
Catering the affair.
Well, he might be able to take me, but my date for the evening is Hunter McCoy.
But what about Jake?
What about him?
Well, Jake has to take you to the benefit. I mean, you'll be there, he'll be there. He'll expect you to be there with him. How would you do this?
Well, Rose, you make it sound so terrible. It's not. Jake, I remember it so well, just like it was yesterday. That night under the dogwood trees, the air thick with perfume, and me with Billy. Or Bobby. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, it was Bobby. Or was it Ben?
I'm not a stick in the mud. Oh, listen, I can let my hair down and get crazy with the best of them.
Hey, I think we'd get along great. I got a feeling you're a wild woman.
Oh, you bet I am. I eat raw cookie dough. And occasionally, I run through the sprinklers and don't wear a bathing coat.
No, Rose. She's dropping off a manicotti with a file in it.
Oh, girls, we're going to get to see Mr. Burt Reynolds. After all, I thought these beautiful tickets were all going to go to waste.
So, which one of you isn't going?
Well, I'm the one who won the tickets.
Yeah, well, my mom's the one who's...
What about? In Sicily, 4 in a bed is a treat. It means half your family is on vacation. I slept with my 2 brothers until I was 17. I was engaged to one for a very short period of time. But that's a separate story.
The elevator stopped on every floor, and I had to hold my breath all that time. And I finally fainted, and I hit my head, and then I had to stay there because I had a concussion, and I had to hold my breath all the way down in the elevator to the emergency room. Then I had to hold my breath in the X-ray, where they ask you to hold your breath anyway. And then
I have great news.
Are Miss July's all-time favorite films?
You're right once again, and I believe that she has taken up windsurfing since her magazine appearance.
That's correct, Alex.
Thank you, Johnny. Charlie?
Hey, I'm on a roll
No, give me more babes for 500.
Wait a minute. This is ridiculous. This isn't Jeopardy.
It's a dream. Fish stand at the beach. Shark! 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 Now they're out of the water, start selling.
Now I have Dorothy and Blanche and Sophia to keep me warm. Not just on a cold winter's night, but all year long. Take care of them, God. If anything happened, I just...
Rose, thanks for the lovely prayer.
I won't go if you don't want me to, but I do want to go, so can I?
Would your mother let you go?
No.
Then go.
Thank you! Oh, you're the best! I'll see y'all later.
Isn't she something? I'm really proud of her. Now, if I could just manage to rope myself a doctor that easily.
Have a place to sleep.
Look, I sympathize with your problem. For $75, you can sleep in the lobby and I won't have you arrested for loitering.
$75? That's a lot of money.
I know, ma'am. That's why I want it.
Go.
Gee, this...
Remember, Dorothy, you need to grab $500 to beat the blue team and get a chance at what's behind the window. Ready? She's all ready to grab that dough!
You're not serious, Blanche.
Oh, sure I am. Breasts are back in fashion. And what God didn't give me, Dr. Myron Rosenzweig will. Oh, that man is the Picasso of plastic surgeons.
Well, just be sure he doesn't attach one of them to your forehead. Albums. Ma, they're for you. They're for us.
They're for later. Let's go.
Come on, Ma, the park can wait. Let's do this now.
Okay? Well, let's make it quick.
Oh, Ma, look. Here's you holding me when I was a baby. Do you remember what was going through your mind then?
Well, I think I'd better be going too. But it's still so early. I thought we could all have a game of Oogle and Floogle. I don't believe I've ever heard of that. Oh, we used to play it back in St. Olaf. It's an adult version of hide and go seek. Wolf wasn't there.
Boy, nothing gets by you people.
Damn straight, it was a bear. A huge, ferocious grizzly bear.
What happened to the boy?
He became known as the television set. And watch a white person dance down the line on Soul Train.
Look, race is not even an issue. I mean, your daughter is twice my son's age. What can a woman in her 40s possibly have in common with a boy in his 20s?
Sex.
Else. How did you know that, Dorothy?
I'm clairvoyant, Rose.
You're so lucky. I get into a pool, I sink like a stone. But how did you know about Blanche?
Stuck here on Valentine's Day with the three of you. Oh, this is the worst day.
More closes tonight.
Well, Ma, what do you think?
Pussycat, you look sensational.
You really think so, Ma?
I really think so. I've never seen you look so beautiful.
Oh, thanks, Ma.
Who's the designer? He deserves a Nobel.
Cuban. But hath not a Cuban eyes? Hath not a Cuban hands? Organs? Dimensions? Senses? Affections? Passions? Fed with the same food? Hurt with the same weapons?
Cool. I thought you always milked a cow sitting on a stool.
No, Alice had to sit on a stool. You see, she was involved in this nasty plowing accident. It was during spring planting, and Daddy had hitched her up to the plow.
Oh, Sophia, you won't so much as glance at another man.
Dream on, Piccadilly.
Oh, come on, Blanche. Let's go confess to Rose and beg her forgiveness. This is Sophia. Oh, we've just been so anxious to meet you.
Yeah, I'll believe that if you believe the Bahamas story.
You believe it? I went to the Bahamas once.
Oh, yeah? Was it on the Nina, the Pinto, or the Santa Maria?
It was a DC-10. I don't think it had a name.
Best friend, Lisa Jane Beadler, fixed me up with the most beautiful boy I'd ever laid my eyes on.
Oh, George.
No, this was Richard J. Wilde. And believe me, his name said it all. We must have pulled over on the side of the road 5 times on our way to that Christmas dance.
It's always best to drive defensively over the holidays.
Some schoolgirl attempt to get my goat. You're wasting your breath.
I'm simply questioning how any man could possibly choose you over me.
It's not working, Blanche.
I suppose there could be some exceptions. Convicts who haven't seen a woman in 25 years.
It's still not working. Go ahead, make your call.
We'll give you some privacy. We'll go in the other room.
Come on, Ma, let's go.
What do you think she's going to do?
I think she's going to sell. It's just too much money.
Oh, no, Blanche is too sentimental. I think she's going to stay.
What do you think, Ma? Ma, quiet.
Oh.
Blanche, I'm 55 and Rose has 6 brothers.
Oh, I'm talking about the bowling alley. I mean down the bowling.
I want them to know that we're sneaking in all this extra practice.
Oh, right.
Morning.
Morning.
Well, you two are up kind of early.
But not as early as you two. But then again, you need...
Somebody impulsive who'd sweep me off my feet. He'd pick me up in his convertible Porsche and whisk me to the airport, and we'd fly to his villa in the south of France, where we'd blindfold the orchestra and dance until dawn. And then we'd watch the sun come up over 2 steaming cups of cocoa.
And Jay?
Yes.
And you still used every cheap ploy to nab him before we had a chance?
Yes.
Then what do you have to say for yourself?
Damn, I'm good.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Devereaux. If the president decides to come, this administration would appreciate it if